Hey guys, welcome to episode 44 of Origin PC Live. My name's Alexis Roselle, community leader at Origin PC. And this weekend I'll be watching our boy, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, defend his belt for the 12th time in UFC 227.
Where are you going to watch?
At my sister's house. It's her birthday. Also, happy birthday, sis, if you're watching.
Sis. I'm Kevin Washilewski, CEO, co-founder of Origin PC, and I really like In-N-Out burgers.
Nice. Hey, I could tell by your shirt.
Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not ad.
Hit us up.
Here's a quick recap for the new viewers of Origin PC Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in gaming, geek news, and what we're up to, and we chatted up with a special guest. This week's special guest is Adam Brennick from Obsidian Entertainment, creators of Pillars of Eternity 2 and countless other amazing RPGs.
You guys can interact with us during the show by posting in comments. Tagging at Origin PC. We'll be answering your questions at the end of the show. We're also going to be announcing the Post of the Week winner who's going to win a copy of Conan Exiles.
And with that, let's kick off the show. Stance too. Our first news story is about the NES Classic. Back in June, Nintendo re-released the NES Classic for fans who were unable to get their hands on one when it was originally released almost 2 years ago. Reports have come in that the NES Classic topped June sales charts and units sold despite being only available for 2 days. It's the first time an NES has been at the top of the sales charts. Thoughts on the NES Classic's return and chart-topping numbers, Kevin?
I thought you were going to end that with stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego.
It's pretty insane that the NES Classic is the #1 selling console.
I can't believe it. When
that
I saw the
goes
post,
to show,
I'm like, what?
Consoles are not very exciting right now, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
Not
But
much
the
going
NES
on in the
Classic
world
is,
of consoles.
Yeah, and it's super cool to have the little tiny NES.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah, I know. you were in
Of
line
course,
for a while.
I have one. You have one or no?
No, I don't. I didn't want to do the line. I think it's incredible though that they're the top selling console. It's mind blowing. I do want one of those.
How many consoles did they actually sell? Do we know?
No, it's a great question. Do we have that number anywhere? Producer?
Our producer will have to come through
Here it
on
comes.
the fly. We
Yeah,
can hear him typing.
I hear the tippity taps.
Typing in the background. Typing in the background.
Tip.
Breaking news. This in. Just now.
This just in. This how many consoles Nintendo sold? Coming soon. No number.
No number.
But they sold the most units overall.
They sold the most units of any console in the month of June 2018.
That's an incredible story. What else do we got in the news, Kev?
Up next, we have another story. Over on the Twitterverse, our buddy Elon Musk revealed a gaming-related update to Tesla vehicles.
Oh.
Musk revealed that some classic Atari games will be available as Easter eggs on the Tesla version 9.0 release, coming in 4 weeks. The official list of games has yet to be revealed, but Musk teased Tempest, Pole Position, and Missile Command. In a following tweet, Musk made a call to action asking game developers to apply for jobs at Tesla and develop new games that integrate the touchscreen, phone, and car. What do you think about this crossover, Alexis?
I think playing games while driving is extremely dangerous, and I don't recommend anyone doing it.
But it's a self-driving car.
That's true. Still, I think keeping your eyes on the road, regardless. I don't know. I'm so iffy on these self-driving cars. It scares me. But I love Elon Musk is such like a brilliant dude. All the stuff that he's doing, it's incredible. It's mind blowing, and he's really just trying to innovate and add more things. Like he never stops, and he's so active with just the community in general. I think it's super cool for someone of that size and caliber and genius and everything that he's done to be so like down to earth and humble on Twitter. And it's so interesting to me.
I think it's kind of ironic to play Missile Command from a company that creates missiles.
AI controlled missiles. Perfect.
Yes, but it's pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll see how it actually runs because, of course, safety is the number one concern.
Sure.
We don't want people playing games while they're driving their self-driving cars. Self-driving
cars. I'd be napping.
But I have no idea how this actually works. But the screen, the screen in the middle of the S is pretty big in the Model X.
For sure. I'd be napping with a self-driving car. That would be my move every time. Like, all right, well, here we go.
That's dangerous. So dangerous.
I've seen videos of.
If you get used to napping while self-driving, what if you then get used to napping while you should not be self-driving? Yes.
I've seen people take videos of other people in self-driving cars, like napping in their car with their head on the window.
In LA traffic.
Yeah.
I've seen a Model 3 now, a couple Model 3s around Miami, yeah.
That's awesome.
They're popping up around Miami now. They
sure.
started in the West Coast first.
They'll be here in a matter of time. No time at all. And now for some Origin PC news. We just announced a brand new gaming laptop and workstation laptops. We just introduced the Evo 17S, a 17-inch laptop that can be equipped with 144 hertz 1080p display or a 4K UHD. I can't not talk today. I'm sorry. You can also customize the laptop with an i9 CPU, and it comes with a desktop class NVIDIA GTX 1070 graphics card.
Too many specs.
I did it. I know. That was way too many numbers. Sorry. We also launched the all-new Eon 15S, a super portable 15-inch gaming laptop that weighs 4.5 pounds. It's 0.94 inches thin, incredible, and has a battery-saving toggle giving the laptop 8 hours of battery life. It can be equipped with a desktop-class NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 graphics card, and it is beautiful. We can't wait to show it to you later on in the show. On the workstation side, we also launched the NT15 Quadro, which we brought with us to E3 and won an award from Tom's Guide. Any thoughts on these new laptops, Kevin?
The Eon 15S might be my new favorite laptop.
I think so too.
The Evo 15S is my current favorite laptop. The
Same.
Eon 15S might be my new favorite, to be determined. I'm going to take it now on a couple of trips, take it on some long flights, check out that 8-hour battery life.
8-hour battery life.
Play some games.
Killer.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be my new favorite, so I'm loving the new Eon 15S. The Evo 17 is also awesome. I prefer 15, but for those who like 17 inches, it's the best 17-inch that I can think of. It's thin, has an i9, has a 1070, full 1070.
Super powerful.
Awesome.
It's
and
sleek.
that Quadro laptop won an award at 83, so you know that one's awesome. It's already winning awards before it even comes out.
It's already winning awards. What do we got in geek news?
Kicking off our geek news is the sale of a legendary Magic the Gathering card. The Black Lotus card. You've probably heard of this card before. It just recently sold on eBay for $87,000. This version of the card is part of the original alpha set of cards, meaning it's one of the original 1,100 Black Lotus cards that were printed in 1993. So it's old, but it's not that old, is it? I don't know. The card sold on eBay, officially graded with a rating of 9.5, making it an official collector's item. The card is infamous since it gives players 3 mana of any type. If you draw it in your first turn, you have a massive advantage in the game. What do you think about this Magic card, Alexis?
I am blown away that there is a card, a trading card, that costs sold for $87,000.
Super rare card.
That is mind-blowing. I wish I would have kept my Magic cards. Who knows if I had this one in the deck. I played Magic a long, long time ago. Back, like, right when it first came out and people were playing it, and then I just gave up on it.
Imagine
and I
if one
sold
of your
those cards
buddies-
back then for like $50 or something.
Imagine if one of your friends from back in the day was like, "Hey, remember that Black Lotus card we used to play with?"
I just sold it on eBay for $87,000.
I just sold it on eBay. You might have heard about this.
Yeah, we just reported on the news. Thanks. Where's my cut, man? Did you ever play Magic?
The thing is, it was sold on eBay. eBay takes like 13% of your sale.
Oof.
Man, you should have sold it on Craigslist.
That would have been the smart move.
Yep.
Did you ever play Magic back in the day?
I did not. I was not a Magic player. Or people still play it now, so.
Oh yeah, a lot of people still
I've
play
not played it now, and I never played it in the past.
Nano Kitten, who you all know from co-hosting the show every now and again, she is an avid Magic the Gathering
really?
player. Yeah, she plays all the time. She goes to tournaments and everything. It's funny. I didn't even
You're
know
right.
it was. She's the only one that that she's the only reason I know it's still an active thing because I never hear about it anywhere else.
I think one of our owners, Hector, has played in the past. I don't know if he still plays, but he's well aware.
Hector's played everything.
Pretty
everything.
much, yeah.
All right, and now for some reboot news. Personal favorite of mine. It's been reported that Warner Brothers TV is seeking to reboot Alf for television. I love it. For those that don't know Alf, it's an 80s sitcom starring an ugly but goofy alien living with a human family. This reboot would most likely feature Alf in a modern setting, but nothing is official yet. Not much is known about this reboot, and time will tell if Alf gets a return to TV, but I think it would be so cool. What do you think, Kev?
I love it. Didn't we have in our predictions, like, what TV?
Oh, yeah.
We had actually
no one would have ever guessed Alf.
Segment, what will make a reboot? And nobody guessed Alf. Darn it.
No one would have ever guessed Alf.
I used to like Alf back in the day.
Me too. I loved Alf.
Funny. What was his
hilarious.
What was his, like, signature thing that he said? I forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was too.
Chat, does anybody know what was Alf's signature?
If anyone can tell us what Alf's signature is.
Alf's signature phrase.
He eats cats. I remember that. He was a cat eater.
That show was very funny. I used to like that back in the day.
Me too.
Will it live up? I don't know.
I know, right? Well, I mean, if they rebooted it in a modern setting, it should be pretty cool. So I used to have an Alf doll when I was younger. I remember having that.
An Alf doll. So then, like, they'd have social media in this current version. So they'd have Alf dodging social media and things like that.
Oh, for sure. He'd have to.
Secret, right?
Yeah, he can't
For
be
those
on,
that don't know, he's
appear
a
on
secret.
Instagram.
The family has this alien living with them, but only the family knows.
He'll be a Twitch streamer, probably. He'll dress like a young lad. Dress in human form. That'd be funny. All right, up next, we got recent releases.
Special shout out to Blue Microphones for these incredible mics we're using every week on the show. Kicking off recent releases is Chasm on PC and other platforms. Explore a procedurally generated world in this action-adventure game. Fight bosses, discover new abilities, Metrovania style. I'll be talking about this game more, but look how beautiful it is. Love
Gorgeous. This is definitely your type of game. Every time I see one of these,
Yes.
I'm like, yep, this is something Kevin plays.
I played it at E3 or PAX. I think I played it at PAX many moons ago, and I think it was actually demoed on RPC.
I got some questions about it.
I remember playing that first level.
I got some questions about it when you start talking about it.
Oh, I've got answers.
Sweet. It looks pretty cool. Also releasing this week, another game we'll be talking about more in great length. Beast of Winter, the new DLC for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, available on PC.
Sweet.
It introduces a new island to the map, as well as some new adventures, enemies, and a story.
Wow.
I still haven't played part 2. It's sitting in my library, though, and I'm probably going to do the whole thing now. Part 1 was amazing, though. I love these classic RPGs, and it's so well done. The storytelling's great. The aesthetic is amazing. The environments, I know, it's really, really cool. The storytelling done in this game is second to none. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I thought Chasm looked really good, which it does.
I know.
And then we bring it to this game, and this game's, wow, look how beautiful that looks.
Agreed. Congrats to Obsidian and Verse Evil for the release, because it's
awesome.
been very, very...
There's no co-op, right? Single player only.
Good question.
I think it's single player only.
Good question. Maybe it's something we could ask.
Sweet,
Is that in our
sweet
questions?
Game.
Up next.
Making its franchise debut on the PC. Yakuza 0 is now available on PC.
Yakuza.
A prequel to the Yakuza saga. Play as Kazuma Kiryu in the late 1980s, as well as Goro Majima. Fight thugs, explore 1980s Japan, and interact with sometimes eccentric town people.
This is the first
80s,
time
baby.
I've never played. I've always wanted to play Yakuza, but I never played it because it was never on PC, unless I'm mistaken. But from what I understand, this might be one of the first PC releases for it, and
it's
I
making
think
its franchise debut.
beautiful. So I'm gonna definitely give this a whirl, because the whole setting and aesthetic of the 80s and in Japan sounds super cool, and it's like a
Grand Theft
gangster
Auto?
thing. Yeah, kind of.
In Japan?
In a sense, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's open world and everything?
Yeah, I think so. Lewis, right? Maybe Lewis knows.
What?
Yeah, you can play little games, darts. There's a bunch of cool stuff.
Make it rain.
Cars, melee fighting.
Helicopter. Yakuza
Storyline's
0,
amazing, people
out now
say.
on PC.
That's exciting stuff. Cannot wait. Finally, open world story heavy. There you go. Thank you so much, Lewis. Finally, La Mulana 2 has released on PC and other platforms. In this archaeological ruin exploration action game, you explore the ruins of La Mulana, the cradle of human civilization. There's lots of puzzles to solve, lots of traps to navigate, and monsters to defeat. Another really cool title. Man, this recent release segment of our show is really hurting my wallet because I go home and I buy all these games. Like, I gotta try it. It looks really cool. I'd rather just not know.
La Mulana Part 1 is on sale right now.
Is it? Did you play it?
I did not. But I know it's on sale because I get notified. This is on your wish list and it's on sale.
Is that why I got a notification for it today too?
But I'm playing Chasm right now, so.
Can't do that. All right, up next we got Blatant Plug of the Week. Bleep, bloop, plop, boop, beep. First, let's talk about our back-to-school promo, still live on OriginPC.com. You get free U.S. ground shipping and a free upgrade to a 2 terabyte when you purchase a gaming laptop with plenty of digital game codes. When you purchase a desktop, you get free U.S. ground shipping and an upgrade to a 1 terabyte Seagate FireCuda Hybrid HDD, along with all the same digital game codes. So check that out at OriginPC.com while supplies last on those digital game codes. So hurry up, get to it. Back to school. Ooh, sorry. All right, our new gaming laptops also available on OriginPC.com. The new Eon 15S and the new Evo 17S. Go check those out. We're going to talk more about them later in the show.
So thin, so light.
So thin, so light. OriginPC.com/EVGA to sign up for the special EVGA edition Origin PC. To celebrate EVGA's 19th anniversary, we teamed up with Swifty. We're giving away an awesome special edition Origin PC in all EVGA. It's really, really cool. We're going to build it, hopefully not next week, but the week after that. So stay tuned for the live build announcement. Sign up to win, and you get to watch it be built. So chances are you might actually win the PC you're watching being built. That's super exciting. So please sign up at OriginPC.com/EVGA right now. The PC itself is unbelievably powerful. We got 8700K, a 1080 Ti, a bunch of other cool things. So check that out on OriginPC.com/EVGA. This weekend, our man Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson will be the co-main event, fighting Cejudo for the second time. First time defeated by a knockout victory, if I recall directly. And hoping he does the same this time around. It'll be his 12th title defense, already holding the record for the most title defenses in the UFC, beating Anderson Silva with his last fight, getting 11 title defenses in the most insane fashion ever with a body slam to armbar. It was absolutely incredible. The main event will be TJ Dillashaw versus Cody Garbrandt, Part 2. TJ coming out with a win the first time around, knocking Cody Garbrandt out. The trash talking has lessened this time around, but I'm super excited to see this awesome UFC event. UFC 227. Check it out Saturday. Wow, I should be a UFC promo announcer. That was actually really good. Hit me up, Joe Rogan.
Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat. Now it's time to talk about Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat, where we talk about the latest games we've been playing. This segment brought to you by the Origin PC Gear Shop, where you can purchase your own Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat t-shirt.
Cool shirts, man.
What do you Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeating?
I am playing No Man's Sky next, for the most part. Still playing Fortnite. No Man's Sky next was the recent update that came out to No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, as you all know, was a crazy hype game before release. Everyone was all for it. Once it came out, it left people a little underwhelmed. Left me especially underwhelmed. At the time, it was the first time I ever did a Steam release. With it. It's really, really well done. Now I'm finally enjoying the game. I'm a sucker for third-person games, so well done to the team over at I forgot the name. Hello Games. There you go. Forgot the name of the studio for a second.
So you got a refund. And
then I bought it again.
So you bought it again.
I bought it again during the Steam Summer Sale. During the Steam Summer Sale, it was down to like $30. So I decided to buy it again because I knew this release was coming out.
Sweet.
And I'm super happy with it. Very happy with my purchase. I can see myself doing a lot in this game. I still haven't played with anyone yet. I've been doing single player, so I haven't even tried the multiplayer stuff.
Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Let's play.
Hello, games. Hello, friend. Awesome. What have you been playing, Kev?
I've been playing a game called Chasm, a game we talked about earlier. Released this week. So the release was this week. I had played it already, and I was like, I've been really looking forward to this game. It's been like 5 or 6 years in development. I said, but let me read the reviews first before I plop down a purchase.
Plop down.
Even though it was on sale, and it's not expensive whatsoever. But, just putting time into a game, I want to make sure it's a good game before I do that.
Sure.
So I read the reviews, and the reviews were mixed. So I was like, I don't know about this. or maybe they were positive, but there's some negative ones. Then I read the GameSpot review, mostly good. Then I read the IGN review, mostly good. Gave it a 7, I think, or an 8. But it's my type of game, so I'm like, you know what? I'll check it out. It's my type of game. So I've been playing it, and man, it's way better than the reviews. It's awesome. Dude,
That's great.
It's so good.
What would you compare it to?
It's definitely Metrovania. It's a Metrovania game with some more modern elements to it. The graphics are all pixelated like you see, but they actually do it in the tiny pixels and then blow it up. So it is individual pixels. There's a lot of jumping, a lot of timed combat. You have to be very patient. And there are save points. So there's been those frustrating times where I've died and then have to go back and redo things over and over. But it's rewarding because when you do something and you get to that save point, you're like, yes, I got to the save point. When you go through the areas, you can then backtrack and go to areas you've never been before. Unlock new abilities. You can also unlock people who go to the town, and then you can buy stuff from them. So you're basically unlocking more things you can buy, more stores. And then you can even dig. There's magic. There's so many different abilities. There's armor, different armor pieces and rings you can get.
Right.
There's like over 100 different enemies. It's crazy. I've only been playing it for a couple days. I'm only a couple hours in, but I'm loving it. Super
awesome
game.
It looks really cool. Any of you guys over on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, and Twitter watching live now, if you've played it and like it, let us know. Let us know in the comments. I want to hear some more cool stuff from you guys. Up next is Origin PC Show Off. Thank you to Elgato for providing the Stream Deck and capture card in our streaming PC. In Origin PC Show Off, we're going to show you an Origin PC, or two in this case. We're going to be showing off our new laptops that we were talking about earlier. Kevin, what do we got first?
What a show off.
I know.
I'm going to show off the Eon 15S. As mentioned earlier, this one that we're showing right here is a prototype. As mentioned earlier, the Eon 15S might be my new favorite laptop, to be determined.
Look how tiny it is.
Less than
and
an inch
so
thick,
powerful.
Super light. I mean, super easy. This is an example of our UV printing. Normally we have the Origin logo here, but this is a prototype test, so there's no logo, the missing logo. But it would normally be around here, or you can get anything you want here. Anything. Customers can get anything they want printed, whether it's their logo,
pick, we
whether
print.
it's their gamer tag, whether it's just a color, whether it's a design. So what I love about this laptop, 8 hours of battery life, super thin, super light, and
i9.
Up to an i9, 1060 graphics, and a new thin bezel.
Keep in mind, this is a prototype laptop as well, so the keyboard's
now
not
has a thin
final.
bezel. Look how thin that bezel is.
That's what looks so beautiful. That's what really stands out to me. It's something like we've not done before, so really interesting.
Yeah, this is not the final keyboard you're seeing here.
Yeah, correct.
So we're not going to show that. But I had to show you that thin bezel. So I'm loving this laptop. I can't wait to take it with me on my next trip. I'm going to SIGGRAPH coming up in Vancouver, so I'm going to have a couple long flights. I'll be playing some Chasm on that flight.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll tell you even more about it at that time. There's the bottom of it. A lot of ventilation.
A lot of ventilation.
Yes.
Which is important for an i9 and a 1060, right? Incredible stuff. Finally, we have the Evo 17S coming in at 6.6 pounds, 0.98 inches thin.
Pound for pound, the best laptop.
1080p, 144 hertz, or 4K displays. You can get an i9 CPU, GeForce GTX 1070, and up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. Look at this beast.
Full 1070.
Yep, so a full 1070, correct. Full desktop 1070 in this super ultra thin 17-inch laptop. This is the kind of the older brother, I guess you would consider, of the Evo 15S, which we currently carry. Beautiful, beautiful looking system. Absolutely love it. Extremely powerful, super light, thin. Definitely a contender. Oh, and this redness in the back now, which is pretty cool.
Yes, individual RGB keyboard, right?
Individual RGB keyboard, correct?
Yes. Also has UV printing options, or color, or paint.
You can get whatever you'd like printed on this.
Paint if you want there. I've seen a white version of it. It's super nice.
It's good to see gaming laptops make a resurgence. Back when I first started gaming on PCs, there was no way anyone could convince me to buy a laptop.
Way back in the day?
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day when you first started gaming on PCs?
Yeah, there's no way anyone could have convinced me back then.
Farther back in the day when I started, there were no gaming laptops. It didn't exist. Yes.
But there's no one back, even when they started coming out, there was no one that could get, like, no way I'm getting a laptop to game on. Why would I ever do that? Nowadays, they're comparable, sometimes even better than most desktop gaming PCs at home. And the fact that you get to, bring them home, still get the full PC experience where you get to plug in a monitor to it, get to plug in your gaming keyboard and your gaming mouse, and have a full, like, regular desktop PC gaming experience at your house. The only thing is you got the option to take it with you whenever you travel. If you want to go somewhere or you want to take it to the living room,
take it to Starbucks.
Take it to Starbucks, whatever you want to do. Wherever you are, you can take it with you now, and it's still just as powerful wherever it goes.
You can take this on the road to PAX.
Exactly.
Plug
to
it
gaming
into
conventions.
Plug it into the Ethernet in the hotel, and you could play Fortnite, and you could stream. You could stream
Play
on this
and
laptop.
stream
Play
Fortnite.
and stream on the same laptop.
Yeah, it's the important thing about both these laptops is you can actually, for mobile streaming, it's absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of streamers I talk to, they're like, man, I hate going to events because taking that downtime means I lose a ton of subs. I lose the momentum on my channel. I wish I had something to continue streaming at events instead of having to, schedule a session in to stream at a booth or something. And sometimes it doesn't happen if you're not at that level yet. So having this to be able to do it in your hotel room is perfect. The CPU is powerful enough to definitely stream at high qualities, but if you wanted to go with super high quality graphics and still pump out a great stream with the NVIDIA graphics, you also have the option of using the NVENC encoding and whatever type of streaming software that you use, which would get you 1080p 60 FPS using barely any CPU, still running the game flawlessly, and it'd look absolutely phenomenal. So,
and it has 4K, right?
4K as well.
Screen option, G-Sync. Also G-Sync option. So can you imagine how good Pillars of Eternity 2 would look on this laptop?
I can only imagine.
So nice.
You can check those out now at originpc.com if you want some more information. We also have some cool stuff planned for them content-wise in the future. I think we have some videos up on YouTube already.
We have a video, I believe, of the Evo 17S, but not the Eon 15 yet.
So that's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Hashtag soon.
All right, so stick around. After the break, we're going to have Adam Brennick from Obsidian Entertainment. Adam is the executive producer and lead programmer for Pillars of Eternity 2. We're super excited to have him on and chat. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Business, you and I. My realm is the gaping maw of entropy. The hunger that cannot be sated. Each time she escapes, each time I drag her back, the tear widens. The world will end in stillness and in cold. It is inevitable.
Welcome back, and shout out to AMD for their Ryzen Threadripper powering our streaming rig. It's time to chat with Adam Brennick from Obsidian Entertainment. Adam is the executive producer and lead programmer of the highly rated Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire and the award-winning Pillars of Eternity 1, both developed by Obsidian Entertainment. Adam has also worked on other games, including Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, and Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian just recently launched a new DLC for Pillars of Eternity 2 yesterday called Beast of Winter, giving players even more Pillars of Eternity gameplay. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire was also crowdfunded via Fig.co campaign, where they raised $4.4 million, whopping campaign. How you doing this Friday, Adam? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing really well.
Good, man. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you for taking the time. So obviously we're going to ask you a few questions, have a quick chat. So how is the team feeling after the launch of the new DLC?
Really, really good. Yeah, we just got the DLC out yesterday, so it was a really busy day yesterday pushing out. Whenever you push out new games, it's always a crazy day. But the team's really excited. We had a little party last night.
Nice.
And spirits are really high. So yeah, the Beast of Winter is the DLC for Pillars of Eternity 2, which was released a few months ago. And the Beast of Winter adds a bunch of new content, a new area to explore, a new sidekick. So there's a lot of good stuff in the Beast of Winter that you should check out.
Wow.
Really cool, man.
It's only a few months old and it already has DLC.
I know. There's already, in all the Pillars games, at least in Pillars of Eternity 1, there's already so much content. So adding more content to a game with already a ton of content, it's absolutely incredible. Congrats to you guys. So without spoiling too much.
Pillars is really, really big. There's tons of content in it, and there's a lot of, I don't know if your audience is familiar with the game, but it's a role-playing game, and you control your character that you can make, and then you also have a team that you can recruit companions to join your party, and you go into dungeons and you explore around a huge world. In Deadfire, you have your own ship that you can use to captain, and you have your own crew.
Oh, sweet.
So it's a really, really cool game with tons of content, tons of stuff to do.
I can't imagine. How long does it take to create a game of that massive a scale?
So Pillars 2 took about 2.5 years to make. That's pretty typical for most of our games at Obsidian. It's usually 2 to 3 years, depending on if we're using existing technology or if we're building stuff from scratch or using a new IP or developing a new IP or doing a sequel. So it really depends on that, but usually 2 to 3 years.
Cool. So how did the team feel when you started seeing reviews for Pillars of Eternity 2 coming out when it came out a few months ago?
Pretty amazing. Whenever you can ship a game that reviews in the high 80s and even get 9s and 10s, that's really amazing. And and especially after you're working for 2.5 years on a project to see it pay off, and people actually like your work is definitely a great feeling.
Has to be incredible. How does it feel the night before the reviews come out?
Really stressful.
Yeah,
you have no idea. Yeah, sometimes you're just like, I have no idea if anyone's gonna like this game. But I think the game speaks for itself. It looks so gorgeous. Animation, environment art, characters, the spell effects look amazing when you're in combat. So at least we knew it was beautiful, that there's no doubt about it that the game is beautiful. In terms of the story and stuff, you have no idea in the gameplay. You have no idea until it gets into people's hands and they can experience the full adventure themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure you had something that you guys loved and you knew it was special and you knew it had a lot of nice elements like the graphics and whatnot, but you never know how the reviewer is going to come together with the total package.
Definitely a lot of butterflies.
Yep. Yeah, when we send out PCs, a lot of times the same way. We're like, all right, we've developed this PC. We think it's awesome. We all love it. Hopefully the reviewer likes it as much as we do, and we send it off.
Luckily,
that's one great thing about the DLC too. Is we can look at what fans really liked, what resonated with people, and make adjustments along the way. So that's one thing that we always look at. Is we read the reviews, we look at a bunch of feedback, and we always take that and make our next game better.
Yeah.
Sure. So being that this is a sequel, how did you and the team tackle the challenge of following up to the previous game?
Yeah, it's a tough thing. One thing that we looked at is what could we do to evolve that style of game. So Pillars of Eternity is based on an older style of game that's not really around anymore. So it's we call it the Infinity Engine style of game. So that's Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment. So it's a top-down, bird's eye, god view. and you're controlling a party, and it's kind of like a little bit like a real-time strategy game. There's a lot of RPG, a lot of dialogue and stuff like that. So when you take a look at it and you're like, where can we take this from Pillars of Eternity, which was a really great game? We definitely looked at the art. We definitely felt that we could improve on the art in terms of technology, push the limits on what you could do in this style of game. It's a very unusual process and graphics system behind the scenes. So actually the game is actually a hybrid 2D, 3D game, which is actually pretty interesting to work on. I've never worked on something like this, but all the backgrounds that you see are all pre-rendered. And they're actually 2D images, just very similar to a JPEG or a PNG image that you view on your desktop. So there's not just viewing images, but we superimpose 3D characters on top of that.
Oh, wow.
So looking at Pillars 1, we decided that we could really push the lighting. So we have really fancy lighting, pretty much state-of-the-art lighting. We have indirect lighting. We have really cool shadows, shadow maps, and it really grounds the characters into the scene. The other thing that we wanted to do is look at what could we do with the overall world and make it a little more exotic. So we decided to set it in the Deadfire region in this world. So that means that you get to explore jungles, you get to explore a little bit of a Polynesian culture. So that the style is definitely just not the medieval look from the first game. You get a little more fancier, more fantastical environments too. The last thing that we wanted to do is, since it's an archipelago, we wanted to own a ship. So we added a lot of ship mechanics to the game. So it has a more open world feel. So you can, once you get your ship, you can explore the world. There's hundreds of islands to explore. So it has a different feel from the first game.
Wow, hundreds of islands. I need to take a lot of long flights to play this game.
That's crazy. I've made a promise to myself not to play part 2 until I finish part 1, and luckily I'm almost at the end. It's been a long process, but
yeah,
it's awesome.
they're very long games, so you definitely get your money's worth.
Oh, 100%.
With any Obsidian title, we definitely push the number of hours of gameplay, and our stories are really good.
Yep.
So that's one thing that I think it takes on average like 30 to 50 hours to play through both games.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played every one of your titles, man, and I love them all. So.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem.
Pound for pound, it's one of the best RPGs out there. So besides the recently released DLC, The Beast of Winter, what can fans expect in the coming months for Pillars of Eternity 2?
Yeah, so we have 2 more premium DLCs. Nice. So if you buy the Season Pass or if you buy the Obsidian Edition, you get 3 DLCs. That includes The Beast of Winter. We also have another premium DLC coming out in September, which is Seeker Slayer Survivor. And then we have another DLC due at the end of the year.
Wow.
So we have 3 premium DLCs planned. We also just released a roadmap of all the goodies and other things that we're releasing along the way. So we have a couple new things. Just yesterday, we released a patch along with Beast of Winter that adds God challenges. So these are additional hardcore mode challenges for players that want additional challenges. They add small twists to the game that if you want to play through the game again, that's if you're looking for a really, really hard experience, we have a couple things that you can try out. So we definitely want to cater to some of the hardcore fans. We also have a new feature I think it's coming out in the next month. We call them mega bosses, and we're going to be talking about that pretty soon.
Ooh,
but they're basically giant bosses at the end of the game that you can fight and get cool stuff.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Have you ever been surprised or just really amazed by some of the players you see, like how well they're able to, or how quickly they're able to finish the game or things like that? Because you're making it harder. So.
Yeah, I think I think the speed run right now is like it's like 25 minutes, and that's pretty amazing because I have no idea how they figured that one out. But I guess there's a way to beat the game extremely fast.
Wow, that's nuts.
Leave it to speedrunners.
Yeah. The players always find the weirdest solutions, and it's pretty amazing to see like how dedicated some players are.
Yeah,
That's
super
awesome.
cool.
So, like the original game, Pillars of Eternity 2 is crowdfunded. Why did your team decide on crowdfunding the sequel?
So I think we really like the process of crowdfunding. So it's a way to involve the community from day one, and we get to get feedback like about what we want to try out and what we want to do. So it's a way just to open up development and get people involved. So like we're making our games for our fans, and we want to make sure that we're making the best experience possible for them. So involving them, getting the information to them as soon as possible, getting their feedback so we can actually sculpt the game and set the direction depending on what's resonating with our fans. So that's really important for us. And I think it's definitely a really cool way of developing a game. I've never before Pillars 1. I've never been a part of something like that, and it's a really cool way of making a game, because a lot of times games are very you have to be like hush hush about what you're developing, and you can't really talk about it as a game developer. But being able to interact with the community, get on Reddit, get on our forums, even on Discord, and just chat with people and interact with them and be open about what we're working on is just a great way of making a game.
That's awesome, man. So how is the post-crowdfunding process, like interacting with the backers of Pillars? Has that been good for you guys?
Oh, yeah. I totally enjoy it. We try to put out backer updates at least once a month.
Nice.
I think our cadence is a little bit more now since we've released the game. And just either through streams or backer updates, just seeing how people like what we're doing is just a great thing. And we also get a lot of good feedback. Like, I think one of the more informative things is just our system design updates, where we post like, here's what we're thinking about our RPG systems. Like, what do you guys think? And we actually changed quite a bit of stuff during development of both games because people gave us pretty good feedback on what they're like, hey, because like one thing that we had on Pillars 1 was durability for weapons. So we proposed that, and everyone hated it. So we're like, okay, let's not do that. So it's interesting.
That's cool.
I'm in that camp of hating durability weapons. Hate that.
I kind of like it. I'm in the opposite camp. Look at that.
I love finding like a really awesome weapon. I'm like, oh man, I found this awesome weapon. I love it.
And you
And
see,
it doesn't
you see the
break.
durability dwindling down.
Yeah, but I
like,
hate when
no.
you find, I found this awesome weapon, and boom, it breaks. Now I gotta find another awesome weapon. So let's talk about yourself. Can you briefly tell us how you got into game development?
Yeah. So I got in the game industry about 15 years ago.
Wow.
I've been solely at Obsidian since the very first day of my career.
Cool.
I joined them their first year, and they were working on Knights of the Old Republic 2. So that was pretty much a dream come true for me to work on a Star Wars game, my first game project.
Yeah.
I went to DigiPen, which is a game school up in Washington State, and I got a degree in programming, game programming. So that's where my interests lie. So I've been a programmer for 15 years professionally.
Awesome.
Before that, I was like a hardcore PC guy. I loved modding games. I loved Quake and Quake 2.
Oh, nice.
And I did a lot of level design and Quake mod stuff. So it was kind of like the turn where like graphics cards first came on the market, and it was just amazing to see
3D
like
graphics,
accelerated graphics.
Yeah.
So that were like when I first saw a 3D graphics card running Quake, I was like, holy cow, this looks so cool.
Yep.
And I was like, I was just so interested in that from that day on.
Right on. That's a cool story.
I still remember myself the first time I saw Quake. That was the first game I saw 3D accelerated.
Yeah, me too.
The guy that sold me the graphics card described it as, I can't describe this to you. It's amazing. It's like giving birth to a child. It's so amazing. There's no way to describe it. I was like, wow, this guy's a crazy salesman.
I think I showed it to my
holy
dad.
crap, it really is that good.
Yeah, I showed it to my dad, and I think we went to CompUSA that day to go buy a new computer. He was just like, oh my God, this is amazing too. So we were just like so jazzed to get a computer that could run Quake like that.
Those are the good old days, man. I love that. I love those times. Quake was a game that changed my life in a sense. Like it really turned me into a gamer, I feel. Here's a question for you. Speaking of that, Were you a fan, or had you played Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, when you started at Obsidian?
I did not.
Okay.
The day that I got the interview set up, I went out and I bought an Xbox and I bought a copy to play through it. So that's a good tip for people that want to get in the game industry and you're interviewing at a company. Like, do your research. So
Yeah, for sure.
games,
make sure you play the games that. It was actually a rumor that it wasn't actually announced that they were working on the sequel when I interviewed, but there was a rumor that Obsidian was working on the sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. So I was like, oh man, I need to play this game before I go in. So I bought an Xbox and I started playing it on the Xbox. It was the original Xbox back then.
I remember it was one of my favorite titles ever. I loved it. So are there any games other than Obsidian games or movies, TV, music, anything that you're looking forward to coming out this year?
Oh, let's see. I'm looking forward to Fallout 76.
Oh yeah,
that looks really, really cool. So I love Fallout. Being able to work on Fallout New Vegas was a dream come true for me. And that's I think it was a dream come true for everyone at Obsidian. So it was a really great project to work on. It was so fun. So I always enjoy looking forward to new Fallout games. So that's on my horizon. So that's the game that I really want to play.
Yeah, same here. I'm really excited about that title.
When is that coming out again? Like October, November?
November, I think.
I think it's November.
Yep. Really excited about that one.
Yeah, but I'm also looking forward to there's I haven't played just a lot of stuff just because I've been working a lot trying to get games out the door. So there's a lot of backlog of titles that I want to check out and play.
Oh yeah, we know how that is. We have a segment called Beat the Backlog where we talk about games on our backlog and what we have to get back to.
I still have, from the first time we did that segment, I still have games that I haven't played.
The never-ending backlog.
Exactly.
So, final question. What do you like most about PC gaming compared to gaming on other platforms?
Oh, I enjoy, so there's a couple things that I really like. So I'm definitely a PC gamer. I love playing on PC first and foremost. It's a little bit tougher now that I'm older because it's sometimes easier to plop my butt down on the couch. But I love PC gaming because I just love having the best graphics. So being able to upgrade my rig and getting a new graphics card in there and playing with the best and getting the best solid state drive in there. So load times are really low and stuff like that. I personally enjoy modding games. So that's something that I don't think you can find in any other way or any other platform is being able to tinker with games. Since I'm a game developer, I like getting into checking out how games are made and fiddling around with them. So that's the only platform that you can actually do that on. So that's why I'm primarily a PC gamer at heart.
Awesome, man. Good answer. That's how we feel about it too.
Yep.
I love the modding thing. I've never modded a game ever, but I love downloading mods. I love modding the crap out of Fallout, for example, or any of those RPGs. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I agree with you. It's the one thing you can only find on PC, which is absolutely
Skyrim
incredible.
Mods. Love those Skyrim mods.
Yeah, exactly. I've played Skyrim every way you can think, with whatever mod. It's been absolutely crazy. Well, that's it, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I really appreciate you coming onto the show. Before you leave, tell people where they can find Pillars, Beast of Winter, and all other cool stuff from Obsidian.
Yeah, so Deadfire is it's actually on sale right now. So if you're interested, you should get in on it's on Steam and GOG. We have a sale right now, 20% off.
Ooh,
nice.
Beast of Winter is also in the Obsidian edition. So if you buy the Obsidian edition, you get Beast of Winter as well, and the two upcoming DLCs. So
that's the one to get.
Yeah.
Up on Steam and GOG and just search for Deadfire and you'll find it.
Sweet. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you being on the show. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Up next is Ask Origin PC. Thank you so much to Adam and Team Obsidian for taking the time to do this right after a humongous launch. That means a lot to us. Thank you, guys. This segment brought to you by Echo Gear. Hopefully you've been asking questions throughout the chat. We're going to answer them now. If not, start asking. That's what we're here for. First question on deck. Maybe. Will you guys create a water cooling mat or something to keep the laptops nice and cool?
That's not something that's currently on our roadmap. We've looked at water cooling mats and things like that other people have made, but it's really not necessary.
The cooling on these is actually really good.
Yeah, run very cool. Maybe you can get a little bit more overclocking out of it, but it's really not worth it. I mean, our new Evo 17S has an i9 overclockable and a 1070 overclockable, and it doesn't need that type of cooling pad.
Yeah, these out of all the testing that we've done, have run extremely cool, even in intense gaming sessions. The cooling mats are definitely awesome to have, but it's kind of a side feature. We always have recommended ones if you ever reach out to us. If you ever reach out to our sales team, it's something that we can do. Oh, this next question is definitely for Kevin.
Next question. In-N-Out fries, yay or nay? Yeah, but I don't love them. I love the burgers.
You love the burgers more.
The fries are just kind of okay. You put them in that special sauce and they're even better.
The animal style fries, I
are
believe,
fresh.
when you can get all that good stuff on it with the sauce is phenomenal.
Well, I'm all about the burgers, and now I'm totally craving an In-N-Out burger.
I prefer... I'm trying to think what other fast food joint I like the Five Guys fries a lot. They're like fresh cut.
I've been at Five Guys in forever.
It's been a long time, huh? Anything else? Slow day for Ask Origin PC questions.
You get a single or you get a double at In-N-Out?
I get the single.
I also get the single.
I usually get the single only because I like to leave room for fries.
When I go on my honeymoon in September, we're going to Japan, and we're actually stopping in LAX on the way there. In LA, we're going to In-N-Out.
The best part about LAX
So we're
is that
kicking off
there's
the
an In-N-Out.
honeymoon by going to LA, have some In-N-Out, and then go to Japan.
There's an In-N-Out right. That's every time we go to LA for anything, we always stop at that In-N-Out. It's right there.
Bam.
It's like our first stop, and then we're like, all right,
E3.
ready for California, whatever comes our way.
We got more questions.
All right. Do you guys think the Intel 9th Gen will be compatible with Z370? Great question, and I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Even if I knew, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Exactly. But as a techie, I'm gonna say probably not, because most of the new generations aren't compatible with the older stuff. So I wouldn't expect it, but you never know. You never know what Intel has in store. Who knows?
I'll take the next one. What games are you guys looking forward to this year or early 2019? This year we got Fallout. We just talked about that. We have Spider-Man. And we have the big one, the mother load, the one I'm taking off of work for, Red Dead Redemption Dos. And there's a bunch of other games I'm forgetting. There's a ton of other games I'm forgetting, I'm sure. Oh, Battlefield, Call of Duty.
Are you sure you're taking off work for Red Dead? Do you know what happens that weekend?
TwitchCon? Yes. TwitchCon is that same weekend. If I go to TwitchCon, then I'm screwed.
I had emailed my manager here like, hey, I'm requesting these days off for reasons unrelated to Red Dead Redemption. And then I was like so excited and happy, and I go look at my calendar and I'm like, wait a minute, what?
TwitchCon.
It's the same weekend. That's a show that I always attend. I have to go to the show. I love the show, but I really wish they would have picked that release date for another time.
You have to do what I've done on trips before.
Bring it with
brought
you?
my gaming system with me for certain trips.
I might have to. I might have to for this trip,
yeah,
even
for
though
me.
I only have like maybe an hour free time super late at night
3
to play
a.m.
it.
when you get back from all the parties,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
fire it up and you play for an hour. And then the next day you're even more tired.
But the next week when I come back, 100% gonna take at least a day off to play that.
Next
awesome,
question.
awesome
I'll
time.
take this. In-N-Out or Shake Shack?
Shake Shack.
Guess what? I've never been to Shake Shack.
No,
Have you ever been to Shake Shack?
I haven't. I've heard
We've
amazing
both never
things
been
about
to Shake
it.
Shack.
I actually saw,
I need to
you know
check
the
it out.
guys that do Hot Ones, First We Feast?
No.
You've never seen that YouTube channel?
No.
So they did it, him, the main guy, and Tom Segura, one of my favorite comedians. They did a kind of a battle where they each tasted like the burgers from In-N-Out and burgers from Shake Shack and the fries from In-N-Out and fries from Shake Shack.
And who won?
And I think In-N-Out won at the end of it from those two. But then again, it's two guys' opinions, right?
If I went to
They are
Shake
major
Shack,
foodies.
I would want to get a shake. You know what I'm saying?
But I think the fries from Shake Shack won, like overall, which was good.
We'll get back to you on that question.
Yeah, exactly. Let's try Shake Shack first. It's in Sunset or South Beach, really? No way. There's one
Yeah,
here?
there's one on US 1 by Sunset. Yeah.
Oh, man, let me get to try it here. When are you going to host a Pantheon play stream? That is completely up to them. They already are well aware that we're super excited to play that game. So as soon as it's available to play, I guarantee that we're going to have them on the show, maybe stream the game with them. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to Pantheon probably more than most MMOs. Pantheon, Camelot Unchained is another one I'm really looking forward to. And I think those are the two on the horizon that I'm just really hankering for. I'm super excited for them. I think Pantheon is going to fulfill my PvE need, and Camelot's going to fulfill my PvP need. So best of both worlds in those two games.
So what's the MMO you're looking forward to most? Pantheon?
Pantheon and Camelot Unchained. I'd say both of those. They're pretty equal.
What if Red Dead Redemption and Pantheon came out the same day?
Oh.
What would you do with your life?
It would be Red Dead.
Red Dead? Okay.
Red Dead's like
That's what I thought. Just making
Red Dead's
sure.
my favorite game of all time. Well, my
Just
favorite
Christian.
single player game of all time. So 100% it's something that I'm gonna drop everything.
So when
for.
Red Dead comes out, are you gonna jump straight into multiplayer? Or are you gonna single player?
Oh no, I'm gonna do that entire single player story before I
Entire
even
single
touch
okay.
multiplayer.
I would normally do that, but I think Isabella's gonna want to do multiplayer
Yeah.
straight out the bat. So I might go multiplayer straight up.
See, in the past, for most Rockstar games, I've never been I was never really a big fan of GTA Online. It's cool now that I've gone back to play it with all the new stuff they've added. I'm like, oh, this is super intense. So if they do something like that with Red Dead, that'll be pretty exciting. But I'm really in it for that whole single player experience. It's something I can get lost in, and I'm gonna try to get 100% on this again, like I did with Part 1. So I'm gonna be there for a very, very long time.
You
I'm really
100%
excited.
at part 1?
It's the only game I've ever
Did you stream it?
100%ed. No, this was way before I
You could stream it.
even knew what it
You
was.
could play it again.
I know.
Stream it.
I should.
Leading up to
I
Red
should
Dead
do that.
2.
Actually, that's a great
Stream
idea.
Red Dead 1, yeah.
Stream Red Dead 1 leading up to Red Dead 2, especially now that they have the remastered version. It would be totally worth doing. Awesome.
True.
Well, thank you so much for all the questions, folks. That's it for Ask Origin BC. Up next, we got Post of the Week. And now for Post of the Week. Last week's topic was if you could make your own gaming house, what would be inside it? That was thanks to Swifty being on our show last week. We received lots of responses, but we could only pick one, and that would be the Ringa69, who wrote,
The Ringer.
I think I would have a themed house. Each room would have a decade, so depending on my mood, I can go to that room and play games from that era. Such a cool idea.
That is awesome.
Wouldn't that be a sick
That is
idea?
so awesome.
You can have like an 80s room. You
Oh,
could have
man.
early
Yeah,
70s
NES
room with like an
classic room.
Atari. Yeah. Really, really cool. That would be super,
So you
super
have
neat.
like your NES and Genesis in one room,
And
you have
the
your Super NES
PlayStation
in the other room,
in another room. PlayStation and Dreamcast.
then you have your PlayStation, Dreamcast, Xbox
Sega
One
CD.
in the other room.
Remember
Then you
Sega
have
CD?
your PlayStation 2 and your Xbox 360. Wow, I want a house like that.
Mnemonic Syntax says the early 20s room where you roll a hoop down a dirt road with a stick. Yes, the early version of video games. Thank you so much, Ringa. You'll be receiving a copy of Conan Exile, so please contact us over Twitter. Kevin, what is next week's topic?
Next week's topic is come up with a game idea that you can play while driving your car, but of course, safely, very safely driving your car.
Safely driving
Or maybe
your
it's a
car.
self-driving car in the future, and this is a game you would play. Basically, some games that won't get you into trouble with the law, harm fellow drivers, etc. So examples include a stoplight minigame where you guess how long it'll take for the light to turn green. A card collecting game like Pokemon Go, or an exploration game that takes you to random new places. Make sure to use the hashtag OriginPCLive. Next week, we'll be picking the winner, and the prize is to be determined, but it'll probably be some sort of game code.
I think Pokemon Go teaming up with Tesla for that thing would be a brilliant marketing move on both ends.
Right?
Awesome. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Origin PC Live. Next week, we will not have a show, but we will have a rerun of one of our previous episodes. After that, which is the 17th, we're going to have Slate from 505 Games, so we're super excited to have him on.
Sweet.
Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out. We hope to see you again in the next episode. Give us some feedback on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Use the hashtag OriginPCLive. Tell us what you love. Tell us what you hate. But tell me you love me, because I'm super insecure. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend.
Have a great weekend. Good game.